Ukraine-Russia war latest, Russia advancing to more towns after taking Avdiivka. Biden brands Putin. Crazy SOB Russian forces are pressing on to more towns after taking Avdiivka, Ukrainian soldiers have said, reporting heavy shelling of their new defensive positions. Meanwhile, Joe Biden has branded Vladimir Putin a crazy SOB. Listen to our podcast on Alexei Navalny as you scroll. Zelenskyy downplays loss of Avdiivka. Volodymyr ZeleUkraine-Russia has downplayed Ukraine's loss of the eastern town of Avdiivka. But he acknowledged the last year had been complicated for Ukraine in an interview with Fox News. During these 2 years, we got back part of the Kharkiv region. Now we are in this region, and we unblocked the Black Sea. There are grain routes, and we destroyed a lot of the ships of the Russian fleet. That is what we did over 2 years. And what they could do? Only this one place. But what for? Avdiivka lies 9 miles northwest of the Russian-held city of Donetsk, and Russian analysts say its capture will prevent Ukraine from shelling Donetsk. Mr. Zelenskyy also expressed discontent with the slowdown in Western aid for Ukraine's war effort. We have to be more quick. That means losing all the bureaucracy. Otherwise, we will not have any chance. Joe Biden has branded Vladimir Putin a crazy SOB, warning there is always the threat of nuclear conflict. Initially addressing the challenges of climate change, the president said, "This is the last existential threat. It is climate. We have a crazy SOB like that guy Putin and others, and we always have to worry about nuclear conflict. But the existential threat to humanity is climate." Mr. Biden's verbal attacks against Putin have sharpened at the White House and on the campaign trail. Last week, he blamed the Russian leader and his thugs for the death of Alexei Navalny, which the Kremlin denies. The U.S. president has a tendency to go off script during election fundraisers and in recent months has made digs at the Chinese government, the Republican Party, and Israel-Russian forces pressed on to more towns after taking Avdiivka. Russian forces are pressing on to other towns and villages after taking Avdiivka, according to Ukrainian soldiers. The serviceman spoke of the sheer size of Russian manpower and the number of shells and guided aerial bombs targeting their new positions. "It doesn't end with them taking Avdiivka. They continue assaulting," said Andriy, a Ukrainian drone pilot of the 47th Mechanized Brigade. "After Avdiivka, the villages nearby are next, and then Mirnorad and Pokrovsk, the nearest larger towns." Fellow unit member Huck added the Russian forces were moving towards the village of Lastochkin. "I think they are now taking a small break to gather their forces so as to continue attacking us," he said. Russian forces secured Avdiivka after months of bombardment and reduced the town to rubble. It was Russia's biggest battlefield victory since its forces captured Bakhmut in May 2023, indicating a change in momentum on the ground. Vladimir Putin vowed to push Russian troops further into Ukraine. The situation on the Avdiivka front is quite clear. The Russians will advance as far as their strength allows, depending on who among them survives, said Maxim Zorin, deputy commander of Ukraine's 3rd Assault Brigade.